You are a saint.
You're an angel.
To put up with him in the least.
I say the same thing about my wife. She's good. I'm bad. Together, we're an okay person.
There you go.
And plus, why would you want other people to know me? Don't look at me.
Insane hot mic talk, by the way. I hope there are people watching right now. Just insane hot mic talk.
Angelina is a saint.
I'm a saint, and I'm just a baby.
Just a baby. What does that say?
Miss Goose.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, let us know when you want to go there.
Whenever you want to start, we got a lot to talk about. Wait, you know how they you ever see the Monday Night Football where they Chris? He was a wide receiver for. He kept sliding in. Chris Collinsworth.
Oh, Chris Collinsworth?
Sliding in.
Okay, I'll cue you up. All right. Here, let me get my spot. Okay. All right, I think that's good. If I'll count myself down. And welcome to Hazel Park for Game 2 of the 2025 Stanley Cake Finals. In Game 1, the North Stars defeated the Americans from a dominant performance by Jack Serta, and they will need a great performance tonight from Andy Feminino, Trent Young, and Nick Sandy if the Americans want to stay alive. If not, their season is over, and the North Stars will lift the keg. That's right, the keg is in the building. It is a best 2 out of 3 series, and the North Stars have the opportunity to take it home tonight. I'm Kyle Bauer, and with me is the legend Paul Biliti, and
good to be back.
It was a pretty even Game 1 up until late in the second period when Serta took over. His 3-point performance helped tilt the game for the North Stars, putting them in a position to clinch tonight.
Like you said, Kyle, the keg is in the house. I have the chills right now. I've never had this opportunity before. Again, I'm begrudgingly here in Game 2 of the best 2 out of 3 series. I'd rather be out there right now. But man, there's a little tingle, a little atmosphere going on today. The keg is in the house, and there are 3 15-minute running times, maybe plus a little bit more. We may see the keg tonight.
And in order for the keg to not be lifted tonight, the Americans are going to have to give an effort that is similar to what they put up in the first period. We saw a team that I would argue outplayed the North Stars in period number 1 last week. You could see it. This is a team that can compete, can hang. And I think if Trent Young shows up tonight, that could be a big difference maker for these Americans.
Yeah, you're touching on a lot of subjects we want to talk about pregame. But tonight, Game 2, with the keg on the line, I expect a super tight game. I expect some feistiness. I expect maximum effort. I expect great goaltending at both ends. And I see a 1-goal game and maybe a little extra time.
Well, that's certainly possible because going back to the Americans, you have a player, Andy Feminino. Andy Fem has been in this position before. 2 years ago with the Tigers, they suffered a humiliating Game 1 loss to the Americans. Everybody was immediately counting the Tigers out. Everybody already handing the Americans a keg. Andy Fem came out early in the first period, scored a goal, set the tone, ended up turning the whole series, and the Tigers ended up winning. He's again in this position. How do you think they'll respond?
Like I said in the first game, you need your leaders to lead. You need your goal scorers to score. Andy Fem just needs to play his game, and everything else will fall in place for Andy Fem. He's a high motor guy, high energy guy, can put the puck in the net. If he plays his game, maybe that rubs off on the rest of them, especially our second rounder, Trent Young.
Absolutely. And Pete and Fritos, Pistol Pete, Playoff Pete as I like to call him this time of year, he was matched up against Andy Fem. Playing against him all night, really neutralized him last week, and you have to think he's going to be a beast tonight.
Yeah, listen, Pete is built for the playoffs. You know, he changed his game, much like Steve Yzerman did way back in the day where, what's his nuts?
Scotty Bowman?
Scotty Bowman said, hey, you got to play a 200-foot game. Pete was kind of known for his grip strength, but not only that, but putting the puck in the net. With the last 2-3 seasons in Monday Night Lights, he has kind of changed his game and grown as a player to be a shutdown guy who can also put up 10, 12, 14 goals a season. But this is a game made for Pistol Pete. He's going to shut down the top forwards on the other line. He is the best face-off man in the league. This is the game, and this is the series that you drafted Pistol Pete for.
So, Andrew Kayla last week, we were looking at Nick Sandy as being the dominant goaltender. He came in, best goals against average, best save percentage, Vezina favorite in the playoffs. Yet, you could argue Kayla stole the show, especially in the last two periods. The Americans had a couple great scoring chances in the first period. Some would argue that they were actually goals that were blown calls by the referee, but the point is they didn't count. Kayla responded, and he smoothed right out as the game went on. He got stronger as the game went on. What do you see from him tonight?
I expect, again, great goaltending from both ends of the ice tonight. Kayla kind of put those murmurs to rest. It's like, Sandy wants to be number one? Well, watch what I can do. Sandy's got the regular season stats. He's a big guy. He makes the routine saves and the spectacular saves. But sometimes that playoff experience, and this is a very particular league, and Kayla's got a little bit more knowledge of our shooters. This is year 2 or 3 for Santy. This is year like 6 or 7 for Kayla. I expect great goaltending on both ends. Goaltending is not going to be the story tonight because they're both going to be solid. What I really think is for the Americans to get back on track, they got to pop the first goal, maybe the second goal. Then there's a little doubt that goes into Santy. If it goes the other way and the North Stars put in a couple on Kayla quick, I'm seeing a 1-goal game, but a couple quick, you never know.
And it's an interesting thought because we saw the North Stars with the lead in Game 1 and how the Americans really seemed to lose cohesion as the game went on, and the North Stars were able to keep them to the outside. Strong defensive performance from the North Stars, really keeping the Americans from getting anything going in the offensive zone.
And that's what it came down to, offensive scoring chances for the Americans. I will say, listen, going into this series, you kind of penciled in Slick Rick for a couple goals a game, right? They completely shut down Slick Rick. Goal number 1 achieved by the Americans. But they need to take that energy and provide some type of offensive prowess. They kind of fell back in the neutral zone and kind of enveloped Rick, forced him to bad angles. But they need to make some strong, quick passes up to somebody who's open and kind of transition. When we break down Slick Rick, we're going the other way.
Doesn't that say something that we are how many minutes into the pregame show and we just now brought up Slick Rick? Yeah. I think that really speaks to the depth that the North Stars brought into Game 1. Alex Crusoe scores again. He continues to be on fire. One of the best stories of the league this season. 9 goals in the regular season. He's had 3 goals in the past 2 games, and he banged in the rebound off of that Serta opportunity for the second goal, ultimately the winning goal on record. And that's what you talk about with the North Stars. The 22-goal scorer, Slick Rick Merritt, hardly bring him up here at the beginning of the pregame show because there's so much to talk about with the North Stars.
I love it that we haven't talked about Slick Rick. And I can tell you, after the game, I got a chance to have a beer with him on the Labatt Blue party deck. And he said, I don't care if I don't score again. If Crusoe scores all the goals, he just wants that keg. Okay? So I love that the buy-in is from Rick, and he'll take all that attention to dish off to a guy like Crusoe, a guy like a Troy Otto, a guy like a Jimmy Ellis that'll just put in the easy goal. So he's okay with that role. And you love that from your superstar.
Absolutely, and Joe Ellis was somebody who played a great two-way game in Game 1, had a couple great back checks, had a couple scoring opportunities as well. Again, just excellent depth all the way through for the North Stars lineup of the Americans. Ratliff was somebody who was all over the ice in Game 1. Absolutely. Excellent forecheck. I thought he was the Americans' best player. And you got to say that you want Feminino or Trent to be the best player for the Americans on the ice tonight. You want your best players to be your best in elimination games and big moments. But you also need your role players to come up big. And I'm expecting big things out of Rattler tonight.
I agree. Rattler was the best player on the ice for the Americans last week. So you need guys like Fem, guys like Trent to step up their games. Trent was almost non-existent out there. And it's not because of a history of that. He had 8 goals and 10 goals and 10 assists. And in the playoffs, he's already got 3 goals and 3 assists. But last week, game 1, invisible. Rattler stepped up, had a fantastic game, a great two-way game, and I think he's got a little more feisty over the last couple of years. Maybe he's playing with Rakowski.
Absolutely, and there's another player that is back in the lineup, Rakowski, who we failed to mention. Again, just more depth from the North Stars, and you have to think he's going to make an impact with his physical play. And somebody else that we haven't even spoke of today is Ty Otto, back in the lineup after missing game 1, and you have to think that the impact of getting him back in the lineup after he wasn't here for game 1 is going to be important.
Yeah.
He was all over Eastern Market today. He was double fisting Guinness. He was chasing corned beef. And you have to think he was carbo loading, he was protein loading, and he's going to be powerful tonight, again, after missing game 1.
So rumor was that he entered the substance abuse program for Monday Night Lights for his alcoholic beverages. That's why we missed game 1. We cannot confirm that, but I have a good source that says he was there. It did not work if he was at Campus Martius all day. But inject a guy.
And
oh, you son of a bitch.
we got a kilted member of our crew.
Dunn's best dress list, or Benny Binn's best dress list. Fantastic outfit.
So we are about to get underway. Game 2. We're about to drop at center here. St. Patrick's
Let's go
Day
shoot that cannon!
2025. And it's game 2. The keg could be decided tonight, as we're going to have Andy Feminino going up against Pistol Pete at the drop. Game 2 is underway. As the puck's played back into the corner, there's Sukas. Sukas going to go up the boards. That's out to nobody. Is already going to have a quick icing. Waved off. As we're going to keep the game flow going. Puck back up the boards. Now up to the middle. Stayed on the boards as Pete gets it in deep. He thought there could have been a penalty on Ty there.
Now, this is playoff hockey. There's no calls on that.
As the puck is kicked towards the middle. There's an opportunity to Fem as he can't control that. Now into the corner. As he holds it in at the line, he loses it.
Turnover.
There's Pistol. Pistol to the opportunity to the middle. It's knocked away. Great defensive play by Fem to get back after that turnover. Shot blocked.
Great chance by the North Stars right off the hop. Pistol Pete had it on a stick, dished off to the number 1 guy in the league, Slicker. You think he's going to deposit that in the back of the net, but great back checking.
And that was a play where Fem took it out at the blue line. That's a high-risk play, even from a high-skill player, and he almost paid for it.
Now, he's made that play all season long, but now this is playoff, man. Keg's on the line. You're going to get a lot more pressure.
There's Trent Young going up the boards to Rattler. Rattler's got 3 men on him. That looked a lot like the third period in game 1. We're just
great pass. Oh, Trent had a chance to capitalize. A great kick save by Kayla.
And again, Rattler just making a great play to the front of the net, making an impact early. Here's an opportunity out front again. Wide open net as Q-Tip tried to center it, and he was unable to.
Kayla doing his best Dominic Hasek out there flopping around.
Here's Serta, hero in game 1. Lines it up to the middle. Troy Otto coming up, pulls off the feed from Jack Serta, and the North Stars get on the board early. It's 1-0.
What an absolute beautiful, fantastic pass by Serta. Found a streaking Troy Otto who made no mistake to put it in the back of the net.
And that is huge for the North Stars as their captain, their GM, Troy Otto, gets them on the board just 3 minutes into this game.
Hey, leaders lead, and that's exactly what he just did.
And who was there again? Jack Serta made a great play to get the puck in, pulled up at the top of the circle, waited for Troy to get there to the middle, and he buried the puck.
He was the best player on the ice last week, and he's been the best player on the ice in the first 2.5 minutes.
As Q-Tip throws the puck in deep. This is going to be cleared out by the North Stars.
Joey Ellis back playing on defense. There was some question whether he would be making it back from his Vegas parlay. He's got a parlay going with Michigan winning the NCAA championship.
Short angle shot by Slick Rick. Blockered away by Sandy. Now the puck out to the corner.
That's going to go down 200 feet the other way.
And already a couple opportunities for the North Stars as the Americans have had some pressure towards the front of the net, but really haven't been able to get anything to materialize.
So prior to the game, I had a chance to speak to a couple players for the North Stars. Sukas, I talked to him before the game, Suokas, and he said, I quote, "Fuck these guys." And right on cue, they're up 1-0.
Well, that's what we all say is fuck the North Stars, but right now, those North Stars are looking to clinch the keg, already up 1-0. Here's a wraparound chance by Serta as Piercy now has pressure on him.
Piercy played a great game last week, makes smart plays going up the glass, not nothing through the middle. And another good play going up the boards.
As Swokas tries to take it himself. Is it Sukas or Swokas? I'm going to say
Swokas.
Swokas? Really?
It took me 8 years to figure that out.
I've been pronouncing his name wrong this whole time.
Yeah.
Why didn't anybody ever correct me?
He's a gentleman. He's a gentleman.
I feel like an asshole.
He's just happy to be in the conversation.
There's a puck out front, and there's a sharp save by Kayla.
Almost slid underneath his pad off a deflection from Nick Myers back on defense, but handled rather easily by Kayla.
As bounces like that, they can turn a game. As the Americans almost got back in off of a tricky bounce. As Andy Fem's going to line up for the face-off deep in the zone. Let's see if the Americans can finally get something going. Face-off won by the Americans. Shot blocked. Here's Crunk. Can't get it through. Good coverage. Here's Ty. Ty, nice shot. Here's Crunk on the rebound. Oh, good saves in a row.
Great opportunity by Crunk, crashing the net from his defensive spot. Just blocked by the right shoulder of Kayla.
Here's Fem. He's going to hold it in at the line. Just kept it in by an eyelash. Now here's a good opportunity by Ty, but he gets his pocket picked, and that puck is cleared out.
Good play by Rakowski there to get the puck low. This time of the season, you throw everything low if you got nothing.
And here's a good play by Crunk out to
Rakowski. Good pickoff by Pete. That's what we talked about pregame.
And here's Hal. Hal's going to get it in deep as the puck goes around the boards. There's Drago. Drago can't quite handle it as this goes back around to the net.
Trent's got to get going.
And they're going to look to see if they can get something going, anything going, as Trent streaks up the middle and they can't find him. Now they do, but it's too late. 3 defenders are already on him.
By the time that pass got to Trent, he's already stopped at the blue line. They got a headman.
Exactly. They got to get some momentum on the big guy. I can tell you from personal experience, you get momentum with Trent Young, he's very difficult to stop. And if you get him at a standstill, no matter how long that reach is, it's a lot easier to poke it away from him. Here's an opportunity for Serta. Talk about momentum. He's going to take it wide into the corner, pull up, tries to feed towards the middle. Nice play by Trent Young back. Picked up by Otto as he gets it back into the corner. Puck squirts loose. Now here's a clearing attempt by the Americans, and they'll clear the blue line. Squirts out to the middle. Nick Myers will slowly play that puck back.
Great pass by Myers right up the middle.
And just a good play to take what was given to him and allow an opportunity for the North Stars to reset. Again, just good team hockey by the North Stars so far. Drago still out there as he gets it to the middle to Rattler. Rattler with the shot. And now here's an opportunity for the North Stars to turn it up. Pete's getting ahead of steam.
3-on-2.
And there's a shot that looks like it was deflected by a Q-tip. Now here's Trent. Trent trying to get some of that momentum. He turns Piercy around. Gets a shot. And it looks like that might have hit the crossbar.
Good quick play by Trent, throwing it on the net. Kayla standing tall.
Good job by Troy to tie up Trent behind the net, and this will go back down for an icing.
Well, with a break in the action, this has been some great, good end-to-end hockey. We got opportunities at both ends of the ice. Right now, the North Stars were able to capitalize with a great pass from Serta over to Troy Otto, who buried that puck. And we heard pregame that the North Stars want to put this game in this series to bed tonight. You got a lot of guys on spring break next week, including Slick Rick, who we heard that he's in. Oh, I'll let you go.
And here's a good opportunity for the aforementioned Slick Rick. Leading goal scorer hits the crossbar. And that was a great move to pull Sandy to his blocker side and go back to his forehand, but he hit the crossbar. Now here's a turnover. Pistol's going to let this go right into the breadbasket. as Sandy smothers that one up.
Well, right on cue, Slick Rick, we were talking about him, and then he sprung away for a breakaway. We didn't see that in game one. Had a great chance right there, just ripped it off the crossbar. But getting back to Slick Rick, we got a lot of guys out next week. We heard on good authority from the lead goon of the North Stars, Troy Otto, that they want to finish this series tonight because Rick is already instilled in a fantasy league, ping pong championship league out of the area and will not be available for game 3.
There's nothing more important than ping pong. We talk about how important the keg is. That's not more important than ping pong. That's completely understandable.
It is right up there.
Absolutely. As the Americans are going to try to get this one out, Ty headmans it up the boards to Rakowski, but a little too far. Phillips flips that along the glass. Here's Howell. Howell has a man on the far side. Can't find him. He's going to take it to the corner. Squirts it out in front. And that play is knocked down by Ty. Ty again tries a headman to Rakowski. Again, they can't connect. Puck played around the corner as the North Stars are going to cycle this back up. Troy calls for it on the far side, knocked down by Trent.
Turn the other way. Let's go.
Now Rakowski going to try to get something going along the boards as that one is knocked away by Phillips as he's having a pretty good shift right now.
Tom Phillips been solid all year. In the candidate running for Rookie of the Year for Monday Night Lights.
He's a speedy little defenseman. I mean, I have
very headsy, very smart, high hockey IQ, except a bad turn-away there. But he laid out in game 2 to block that shot.
Those are the players that win a keg.
Very unselfish. That's almost like it was panty-like.
Almost had a panty copter there. As the play is knocked back in by Piercy. To the corner. As the Americans are going to try to clear this out. Ty's got time, can't quite control it.
He's trying to brush off a few of those shamrock shakes and a couple
he was mixing
Killians.
He was mixing Guinness
bombs,
and Shamrock Shakes in a new cocktail he calls the Thin Mint.
I love it. Well, he may be holding off on Thin Mints for one more week. He's trying to get one more week out of this league.
As here's Drago. Drago's going to try to get that deep into the corner. Here's Suokis as he makes a good play along the boards, but that's still picked off by the North Stars. And now they're going to get this up. Nice lead.
Wow!
Serta!
Wow!
There's an opportunity for Serta, and he can't quite get it through. Sandy makes a good stop.
What a stretch pass by Slick Rick. Not really known for his setting up of games, but that what a great pass to a streaky Serta one-on-one with Sandy.
That was such a nice pass. It made me pause. I had a hard time giving that one words. As here's Slick Rick, brings it up, rebound opportunity.
Wow!
And Sandy makes an incredible save.
Stop the rebound also, going across and following Slick Rick across. Listen, if that's October, November, December, Rick buries that top corns.
And that puck just kept rolling. And I think that was part of the reason why Sandy had time to get over, not to take anything away from him. Still an incredible save, but it was a rolling puck. Here's playoff Pete. And that one, again, is right into the logo, but Sandy stood tall. As the Americans are back on their heels, and the North Stars, they smell blood in the water.
3 minutes.
As we got 3 minutes left here in the first period.
Yeah, North Stars are definitely pouring it on. 3 minutes to go in period number 1.
As here's Slick Rick, tries to split 2 defenders, can't quite do it. Tries to reset all the way up to the blue line. As Phillips would pull up, wait for him to this has got to be a trip. No tripping call.
Going for the puck.
Them.
This is playoff hockey. He's going for the puck. Nice hack by Pete.
And now there's an opportunity. What a backhand by Fem. Sharp save by Kayla.
You know, with the skill level in this league, not many backhand goals. And Fem had that one penciled for the right corner, but a big left hand save by Kayla.
Good job by Kayla to follow a shot like that low. And here are the North Stars coming in.
Nice pass.
Nice play to Serta.
Crusoe, excellent play pulling up and finding the streaky Serta. Yeah, and your hot guys.
And he made a great play in the corner just to take time and find Serta. Serta gets the shot off. Going for the rebound. The Americans got a clear.
We got a little penalty called on this play. Interference by Q. Q-tip.
Interference on Q-tip with 1:53 left to go. The North Stars will have a power play. This is going to be a crucial kill As this is going to be a crucial kill now.
Listen, I think that's a good penalty to take. I don't know what's going on with Serta, but he's actually getting faster. He's aging like a fine wine and getting faster. And I think that's a smart play by QZ on that one.
And the North Stars just throw the puck to the net. Stanley gloves it down. So we got 1:20 left in the first period now, as that face-off is controlled by the Americans.
I pushed it.
You're good.
Here's Rakowski. Rakowski slows it down, buys himself some time. He's going to slap it on net. Now he's going to have an opportunity to kill it in the corner.
Make sure he covers for him. I just want to give a little shout-out right here to Angelina, who's done a lot of the clock this year. You know, she puts up with a lot of abuse right now, just like she just did for holding the penalty clock, but we appreciate her efforts.
We appreciate anybody who runs the penalty clock, as we talked about last week. It is the hardest job at MNL.
Especially when you have an auto or 2 or 3 on the ice.
Absolutely. There's a tip opportunity by Crusoe in front of the net. Just goes a little too wide. North Stars tried to work that play last week and were just unable to execute it. Another opportunity there. 30 seconds left to go in the first period. 50 seconds left to go in the penalty. Opportunity to clear, and that one gets through Troy Otto.
20 seconds left in the period. As we have a short pause in the action, 200 feet away from the potential goal for the other team, I want to throw a special shout out there to Colin Neville and his family watching religious watchers on Twitch.
There's a shot at the buzzer, and that'll do it for period number 1, a commanding period for the North Stars, as they are now 2 periods away from lifting the keg. And there wasn't much doubt about that, who had the best period there. It was, I would say at times, so I don't want to exaggerate too much here, but simply put, the Americans are lucky to get out of there 1-0. And if anything, they could feed off that fact and try to build going into period number 2.
You know, both teams had chances, so you can't say they're completely out of it, but they definitely need to pick up their game to even have a chance to extend this to a game 3. And ceremoniously, the Stanley Keg is perched over our shoulders today.
And that's a gorgeous looking keg, isn't it?
Highly polished, looks beautiful. Special thanks to Ryan Allen, who spit shined that thing and has it ready to go.
Yes, Ryan Allen, who won it 2 years ago with the Tigers, and he took it home and he refurbished it, and it looks gorgeous now. And that thing has taken a lot of abuse over the years. And if the North Stars win it, or if the Americans win it, it's going to take a lot of abuse either way. So
there's definitely been some abuse. Last year the Whalers had it, so you know that Goose had it for an extended period of time. We don't want to shine a black light on this Stanley Keg.
That thing has definitely spent some time in the bathroom at Cozy Lodge.
Jeez.
So Fem now gets the puck. He's going to take it in deep, just try to kill the rest of this penalty.
15 seconds to go on the penalty.
And now here's Slick Rick getting held up a little bit. He's going to turn and try to see if he can get a clearing opportunity. Now here's Pistol. Pistol's going to take it up the middle. Pistol going to try to look to go deep into the corner.
Q-Tip is freed out of prison.
Try to throw it to the front.
Had Q-Tip coming out of prison, just couldn't make the connection.
And Fem, a lot of times, he's going to connect on that pass, but it looked like Q-Tip just was turned a little bit the wrong way, and they could not make it happen. Just like a lot of things so far for the Americans, they've struggled to execute.
Yep.
And they'll get another opportunity here with the face-off in their own zone to try to see if they get a breakout going.
You know, we got a sold-out crowd again tonight, but a couple people weren't able to make it tonight. We want to give a little shout-out to all the guys at the Madison Heights Fire Department watching religiously, telling people on 911 they can't go to their emergency calls because they're too busy watching the Americans and the North Stars go at it tonight.
It's the responsible thing to do. You talk about duty.
Priorities, Kyle, priorities.
Watching here on Twitch is more important than any fire or emergency.
Exactly.
And here's an opportunity as there's a sharp save by Sandy. It looked like there's a little tip out front as two bodies, like Howell was out front. And he is, again, he was a presence out front in game 1, proven to be a presence again tonight.
Listen, that's Howell's game. He's a big frame. He's a big body with a high hockey IQ. He parks his ass in front of the net and contributes a half dozen goals a year, and you need those guys. The guys with the long reach that can just whip it around Sandy and put it in. Hal was in great position there.
1-0 game for the North Stars as they have the opportunity to clinch the keg tonight. The Americans back on their heels a little bit early in period number 2.
Crusoe down in a heap in the corner.
Yeah, Crusoe slow getting up. He's finally back to his feet. It looked like he got tripped up behind the net. I'm not sure if it was an edge or if he got tied up with an American player. As here's Rattler. Rattler takes it in, and there's got to be a trip.
There's a penalty. That's a no-doubter.
As Myers is going to go to the box for this one.
2 minutes or less for Myers. He was completely beat to the outside. Rattler was streaking towards the net, and as hot as Rattler's been, he was going to put that puck in the net.
And again, Rattler, game 1. Everything he forced with high-effort hockey. His forecheck, his back check, and his goal that he did have for the Americans, the lone goal that they had in game 1, again, drawing a penalty on that. That was something beautiful.
So listen, Kyle, not as bad as they played, but as outplayed as they were in the first period, they can get right back in this game with a power play goal. Smart play by Sandy to get that up to Swokas.
Swokas to the far side. Now an opportunity to get it into the middle. Trent Young held to the outside. Great play by Piercy to keep him to the outside. Now Troy gets it back up to the point. Great kill already, and here's an opportunity just knocked away by the long reach of Crunk.
Great recovery by Crunk there. He had Otto wide open.
You got to get Trent up the middle. And you have him over there on the far boards playing the bumper, so to speak. You got to get him to the middle, playing that high slot.
I agree. You know what? Sometimes you can be too selfish. Trent needs to take this fucking game by the reins right now and do something.
Right here, this is where him or Andy Femme have to step up. The Americans need a hero, and here's Swokas. As Swokas is now going to play the puck in the corner. And he's going to look for somebody out front. He can't find anybody, takes it around, and this puck looks like it was maybe paddled back behind the net by Kayla. I couldn't quite see what happened. Now here it is at the point. Trenton up. It looks like that nailed someone in the head.
I believe someone either got a brainectomy or a vasectomy. That was wicked hot.
Yeah, I believe Swokas got that one in the head, but I'm not
as they say
sure.
On St. Patrick's Day, that was wicked hot.
Well, nobody went down. That's the fortunate thing.
That's how you know it wasn't serious.
If it was a little comment from the peanut gallery, if it was Sukas, whatever, he'd be okay in the head.
And the North Stars have really killed this off almost effortlessly. A little bit of zone pressure for the Americans driven by Swokas, but outside of that, not much has got through. No clear shots on net or scoring chances for the Americans as this penalty is about to expire. Here's Rakowski. Rakowski throws it to the middle, nothing there. As that puck is thrown away and all the way down.
I will say, Kyle, on that play, Joey Ellis positioned perfectly. They got him back on D tonight. You know, he on a sabbatical from Las Vegas, but good positioning by Joey Ellis on there. He takes up a lot of space out there. He's a big guy.
You know what set the tone for that kill? Was right off the bat, Trent Young trying to bring the puck in, trying to get something going. Piercy all over him. Piercy had a great game 1.
And he pressured him and was able to disrupt him and then send puck the other way.
Piercy drove a second rounder to the corner, and then Troy Otto was there to pick him up. That's great team defense. That's great penalty killing. And that's why the North Stars are in the position they're in right now. When you take a player like that and neutralize him, and right there's Piercy with a turnover, and to the front of the net, but that's knocked away by Kayla. Kayla, another shot save.
Every chance that they get out in the slot is being combated by a North Star defender, and they're just not getting any great quality chances.
No clean opportunities. And there's Rick Merritt. Rick Merritt's also been hanging back, playing a little deeper than you would expect him to in this opportunity. Piercy just Cronwalled Rakowski.
You don't see that every day. That's Piercy moving up the draft.
Pete with an excellent move to the front of the net. Playoff Pete with the power move.
And Piercy's definitely a 4th rounder next year with play like that.
Piercy having an excellent game so far tonight.
He's in a great series.
Here's Andy Femme trying to get something going, drops it back to Q-tip, and here's a bad change by the Americans, but they get away with it, and Rakowski can't get anything going.
Again, confronted right at the blue line. As soon as they get puck possession, it's back the other way.
As this puck is played deep by the Americans, seemingly almost out of frustration by Brawny. As this is
Look
Back out to Bauer, but he gets picked. Here's Serta and all alone.
Wow! And there's the best player on the ice from last week who fucking puts the biscuit in the basket, lights the lamp.
And Jack Serta picked Brownie off at center ice, and he was a dead duck with one of the best players in the league right now bearing down on him and nothing behind him to save him. And Nick Sandy had a tough task stopping Serta on a breakaway again, and this time he poked it in just past his glove.
I would say Serta's the hottest guy in the league right now, probably the best player in the league right now, and that's a tall order to ask any goaltender. Here you go, 2-on-1 the other way.
2-0 North Stars. And almost 3-0 right there as that puck was just clipped off the shoulder of Sandy. Another good scoring opportunity for Serta as he stays hot.
Americans struggling for scoring chances just like they did in game one.
And the Americans trying to play this into the middle, and they're unable to connect.
Drago had a chance to bury one there.
And here's a nice long pass to Caruso. Caruso in!
Oh my God! Oh my God! What a play by Caruso! Oh my God!
And it started with a great on-up by Troy Otto.
Holy shit!
And the North Stars are playing on another level right now.
Kyle, I'm telling you, I almost hesitated when I said the hottest guy in the league just scored, Jack Serta. I think I'm wrong. I mean, he may be the hottest, like, handsome guy, but the hottest guy in the league right now might be fucking Caruso.
3-0 North Stars.
Wow.
6:30 left to go in period number 2. We're halfway through this game. The North Stars are up by 3, and they can stare that keg right in the gold plate right now.
Listen, if the Americans don't respond rapidly, this could run away from them.
And Fem takes a long shot from the blue line, maybe to get a face-off in deep and try to draw something up after that. Not the best answer you think right away, but nonetheless, the Americans will get a draw deep, and maybe they can get some momentum from here.
That just confounded me. What an excellent move. That's a dude who's his 8th rounder, 9th rounder, that just beats Santi, the best goalie in the history of Monday Night Lights, aside from Goose, of course. But, wow, what spectacular lead they got going here.
And that pass from Troy Otto, too. Just incredible outlet pass. As we got looks like we got a hooking call here on Murkowski. Murkowski, he never takes any penalties.
I had to get my clock.
And Lady Bing pleading his case right now.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better at
I mean, if I've never taken a penalty in my life, I'd be frustrated too. And here's a face-off in deep. And here's a clearing attempt by Ty, and he gets it out. And this looks like we got an offsides call, as we're now under 5 minutes left to go here in period number 2. That's going to be Fem and Pete on the draw. Fem wins that back in deep, but here's Slick Rick. He's going to have the opportunity in the corner to get it set up for the North Stars. Myers gets it on net, looking for a redirection, and almost went in off Bronny's skate. Here's Pistol. Now setting it up behind the net. Can't tell if that's, I believe that's Rick back there. A lot of white helmets for the North Stars. It throws me off sometimes.
Hal and Rick, same player, really.
That is true.
Yep, same
They
guy.
look the same. They skate the same skill set.
Absolutely. Yeah, and one number off, right? 12 and 13.
As this puck is played back, the Americans will get a change. We got a little over 1 minute left to go here in the power play for the North Stars.
And Kyle, we talked about Hal and
commercial break sponsored.
And that shot is on by Serta, and that's knocked away by Sandy.
we talked about Hal and Slick Rick right there. Again, one number apart, same skill set, and they're both looking for their second kegs tonight.
Absolutely, and they are looking very good for it. As we are under 4 minutes left to go here in period number 2, Caruso makes a smart pass over to Troy. Troy's going to get this puck. I thought he was going to get it in deep, but he's going to play it up top.
Not a great play there. But you know what? When you're up 3-0, you can do that.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to try to create some space, and You can see what he was setting up there. He's going to try to create some space up top for Phillips to get it in deep.
20 seconds on Rakowski's penalty.
And the puck goes back in deep for the Americans to take their time resetting and trying to clear this out. Puck up the boards to Young. Young knocks it out to the middle. Here's Troy Otto. He's going to look for Serta on the far side. He's going to wait. Now go back to Serta. Serta has it at the line. Serta going to lead the rush in as he tries to get it to the middle, but that's knocked away by Crum. As this puck is poured up the
Great
boards.
play by Joey Ellis right there. Rakowski was sprung out of the box and was behind him.
And he just knocked that down. If not, Rakowski might have been gone to give the Americans their first good scoring opportunity in a long time.
You know, you may see some instruction right now with only 2.5 to go in the second period, but the North Stars dropping 3 guys back, only sending 1 guy in on the forecheck right now.
That's all they have to do. That's all they have to do. This is a lead. 3-goal lead you can sit on as that one's gloved down by Sandy.
Especially in this league. And talking about this league, we want to throw some special thanks out there to the Labatt Blue Company, Parks and Rec Department, especially Miss Karina at Labatt. We appreciate your sponsorship for this league. We love telling everybody that, hey, I play in a men's beer league in the Detroit metro area, and hey, we're sponsored by Labatt.
Very cool. The Labatt Party Deck, big part of the MNL experience, and we love having them on board. Hope this is a partnership that lasts a long time, as this is another opportunity out front, knocked away by Sandy. Here's Fem. He's going to try to get down the ice with speed. Goes down the wing to the top of the circle, and he loses it as Myers knocks that away. Good play by Myers to stick with it. That's an uncharacteristic mishandle by Fem.
Little turnover.
Yeah, that's just something that you don't typically see from him. And the Americans just don't look like themselves. And I would love to add a little bit more drama to this game for the folks watching on Twitch, but to be honest, the Americans right now look defeated. They look like they're down by more than 3 goals. They really need to do something to get more momentum in this game, whether that's somebody scoring a goal off of a redirect or somebody blocking a shot, somebody just making a big play.
Maybe you send a guy out like Q-Tip, and just go drill somebody, drop the mitts and pummel somebody and turn this momentum.
And here's Serta. Serta with a hard shot as that one almost got through.
That had to be about 89 miles an hour.
You know, a lot of times you're being facetious with that stuff, but I think that one was actually up.
Maybe high 90s.
So he did. He put some wood behind that.
I mean, again, if you want to see top-level beer league hockey, this is what you're tuned into.
The North Stars are playing at a very high level right now, and here's Rattler. Rattler gets it in as Drago almost got the tip out front, and this is going to kill the second period. I don't think we're going to get another drop in. See, if I'm the Americans, I'm rushing to the circle, and I'm trying to force one last drop, try to get one last playoff, and try to make it 3-1 going into period number 3. But instead, they just skate back to the bench, heads down, and feeling sorry for themselves. And let's be real about this situation, okay? And I think we've been fairly real so far in this broadcast. The Americans' demeanor has not been good enough for a game of this magnitude, has not been good enough for this situation that they're in right now. There needs to be more effort. There needs to be better composure. There needs to be better body language. And I just think there needs to be more oomph.
So you look at their body language right now. They're not. The heads are down right now. They just want to go drink on the Labatt Blue party deck. But yeah, listen. I thought it was very important for them to get off to an early lead. That did not happen, and we've seen them shrink and shrink and shrink as a team right now. But conversely, the North Stars, all cylinders right now. The Otto plan, the dessert swarm defense, doing a fantastic job. Hey, shout out to our referees tonight. Fantastic job all year, and we appreciate their service.
Not everybody. I don't think Rakowski does. Seemed a little upset.
Or Hedis.
No, nor Woodsy. So the puck played out into the corner as we get period number 3 underway. 3-0, the North Stars lead. They are 1 period away from winning the Stanley Keg. The Americans have to pull off what would seem a miracle at this point as right away they turn the puck over. They hold it in, though. Here's Ty. Ty meekly gets it on net as that's played off into the corner.
That's normally a defensive-minded Pete goes up the boards, but again, with a 3-goal lead, you have the luxury to throw it up the middle. If it gets turned over, it's 3-1.
As here's Pete taking it down the boards. Playoff Pete gets it to the middle. There's a nice feed, and Howell puts that just wide.
I mean, that was inches from going inside the net. Great opportunity by Howell.
And here's Trent. Trent trying to go on Phillips. He gets through, but Phillips did a good job of just taking him off that puck enough to where Kayla could paddle that away.
Just not enough quality scoring chances for the Americans right now.
I think Trent is twice the size of Phillips, and Phillips just looked up at him and said, no, sir.
Yeah. You know, at that point, you can watch his belly button, and wherever his belly button goes, that's the way you know he's going. And where eye level, like me and a guy like Tom Phillips, we know.
As looks like Howell goes down at center ice, slowly getting up as the puck's played back out. Bit of an awkward play at center. Not quite sure what happened there, if it's a collision or what. And here's Fem. Fem takes it into the corner. As Serta, great back check on him.
The wheels on Serta. Again, Monday Night Lights, perfect human being, Jack Serta.
Here's Rattler. Rattler takes it to the top of the circle, leaves it for no one.
Look the other way. 3-on-1, 4-on-1. 3-on-1.
And Serta just barely stays outside.
Oh!
Bounced. Possibly a puck don't lie situation. I think he was just a touch off sides. And now this will be cleared out by the Americans. Again, Rattler doesn't know where it's at.
Crusoe
playing incredible hockey right now.
Much like Dave P. in the playoffs last year, he had so much momentum, so much confidence. That's how Crusoe's playing right now. That dude's like a 5th rounder. He goes from a 9th rounder to a 5th rounder.
Still can't believe that finishing move that he had on Santa.
What a beautiful goal.
As this puck
out of play.
Netting. And out of play. 12:30 left to go, period number 3.
A few other thank yous we want to get out there. Again, we want to thank the whole Monday Night Lights broadcast team. Guys like Panty Dropper, guys like Math, my man in the kilt over here. Turn that around. Turn that around. Let's see it. Get that camera on there. We'll get him. Ryan Allen, beautiful, sporting all of his Irish garb on this St. Patrick's Day.
And here's Crusoe looking for goal number 2 as he takes the puck in. Doesn't really have a trailer, 1-on-2, as he was waiting for Troy Otto, but Troy couldn't get there. Pete throws it in deep. The Americans will look to get this out to center ice as Trent throws it around the corner. Nobody there. That's Myers. Myers is going to try to put it up the boards. Ty keeps it in. Good play by Ty along the boards, throws it to the middle. And there's Trent. Trent with a scoring opportunity, but looks like that was good defense out front. There's Rattler, throws it through the corner. Can't quite get that to anyone. Now there's Ty. Ty waiting up at the top of the circle as he just can't get to that puck. And Q-Tip will hold it in. And there's a play to the front of the net. And Kayla is able to knock that away.
North Star still coming back to back check.
And here's Merritt. Merritt through the middle. Merritt!
And that might be the end of it. Again, listen, last week, 1-on-3, Slick Rick didn't make that move. But they're taking chances right now. Slick Rick beats 3 guys, and that stuff over our shoulder is only 10 minutes and 45 seconds from going on the ice in the North Stars back to the top of the MNL league.
4-0 for the North Stars. Slick Rick Merritt, the league-leading goal scorer, just showed why as he carved through that defense, made an incredible backhand goal. Nick Santi. And Santi, you got a feel for him right now. 27 shots counted for. And here's another opportunity for Merritt, and he buries it. It's 5-0, and we have a blowout on our hands. The North Stars are showing no mercy. And I think with 10 minutes left, that's pretty much all she wrote on the 2025 MNL season. And the North Stars right now are counting down that clock.
Yeah, I think the Americans just want to head to the dressing room, drown their sorrows in some Labatt Blues, head out to the Labatt Blue party deck, watch the ceremony ensue. But the Americans just want to tuck tail right now and get out of here. Wave that off!
And that is called an icing anyway. Don't worry, the clock's still running, Benner.
I just want to let Mrs. Peso, Emma, if you're listening, we have like 4 more weeks of Monday Night Lights, so Ryan's going to be gone for the next 4 weeks. So don't let the end of the season fool you, Emma. We have 4 more weeks.
I think you're going to have to tell a lot of the flags of MNL. So 5-0 here, 9 minutes left to go. 9 minutes left to go in the regular season of the MNL, unless we have one of the greatest comebacks in beer league hockey history.
Yeah, that's not happening, bud.
Yeah, probably not, but we'll see. You never know until you know as that puck goes out of play. Kyle Bauer, pleased to be joined here by the legend Paul Biliti, as we've had a lot of fun bringing you these past couple games, and we're looking forward to a Game 3. We were talking about how we were going to wear a ruffle lapel tuxedo, and we also want to get to an announcement here as we are running out the clock.
We'll get to it, but there's some breaking news in the ivory tower that we want to break on our next commercial break.
As Rakowski puts that deflected puck on net, and here's another opportunity.
Rakowski just missed.
And Kayla trying to get a whistle on that. Tempers.
Kayla, settle down.
Kayla is throwing the blocker.
Love it.
And you wonder where that was about a period ago for the Americans. You really do. And
whoa, Mark.
And I mean that Swokas is getting into a Piercy, and it's not that we necessarily want to see anybody throwing bows and trying to injure anybody. It's not about that, but it's about showing some fight.
Now, obviously frustration is set in. There's no need, though, for Kayla to go after him right there. It's almost like he saw, like, 5 other Paulie Proctors, and he just wanted to punch him in the face. But Kayla started that. He needs to back up. He's up 5-0.
And we'll see how the penalties are divvied up here.
The referees are saying, everybody on the ice, 10 minutes, go to the party deck.
And so
2-2.
we got 2 and 2.
So Kayla's going to get 2.
All right, I'll be 5 on 5.
Soroka's going to get 2.
And we're going to
We
go
need someone
5.
to serve that penalty for our keeper.
And we have nobody serving the penalty for the North Stars.
Make the goalie serve it.
Looks like Troy's going to come out and serve it.
Nothing on the clock.
Yeah,
Nothing on the clock.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Nothing on the clock.
You don't have to worry about it. And
Because they're the same, so.
Merritt clears that puck out to the middle as Crunk throws it back to Rakowski. Rakowski tries to get it deep as Crunk gets picked.
And it was a live play. Shut the fuck up.
And now it's played back to the middle. And I'm not sure if Rick tripped Rakowski in the middle of the ice there, but he went down hard.
It's free. You don't have to fucking talk.
And now Q-Tip's going to restart the puck at center ice.
Little chatter in the penalty box area. Of course, Troy Otto's involved.
There's never been chatter that Troy hasn't been involved in. This whole league has been built on the chatter of Troy Otto.
It's part of the charm, Kyle. It's part of the charm. Look out. Troy, nice pass up to Hal. Hal with some speed.
Hal, turn on the Jets. As good by Q-Tip to get back.
Listen, Q-Tip had to go all out to catch Hal on that.
And there's a nice cross-ice pass by Ty. And here's Trent again going to the outside. Phillips keeping him wide. Trent looking to reset. He's going to take a shot from the high slot. And that goes just wide, looking for Crunk to get a tip, I think. And now Trent's going to have to hustle to get back to that blue line and hold it in. He does, throws it back into the corner. Can't get there for Ty, but here's Rakowski. Rakowski back up to Trent. Trent's going to fire from the top of the circle. Knocked away by Kayla. 5 minutes left to go. 5-0 for the North Stars. Keg on the line. Game 2.
5-0, 5 to go. They need a goal a minute.
With Ty out there, anything is possible.
So you're saying we have a chance.
There's the puck. Held in by Rattler. Rattler back to the corner. Here's Fem. Fem, tough angle shot, can't get it through.
Now, Kayla held his ground there. Tough angle. He's not going to score.
Oh, and Serta tries to jump around Q-Tip, but Q-Tip held his ground, ended up getting a piece of him.
Now, smart play by Q-Tip. He held his ground. He had as much right to that property on the ice as Jack did.
Absolutely. Here's Rattler. Rattler to the middle. Serta, great play to get back and take that shooting angle.
Rattler's out there cutting, chopping steak, going around dudes.
And then Phillips kept him wide as well. Phillips having an excellent game tonight. He's quietly been very strong for the North Stars.
He's had a great season. Again, in the running for Monday Night Lights Rookie of the Year.
And here's an opportunity for Slick Rick for the hat trick. Let's see how hard he goes with the 5-goal lead. Tries to go 5-hole, but Sandy is able to stop that one. And the Manchester Miners are going to be let out of the penalty box as Troy Otto is serving that one for Kayla, and Swokas will head back to the penalty box.
So, again, Kyle, 3.5 minutes to go before the keg comes on the ice. 5-0, North Stars, a convincing Game 2 victory in Season 9 of Monday Night Lights.
Hope we get some commemorative Season 10 patches next year.
Oh, I like that.
And next year, you're going to have a different jersey to wear that patch on.
It is, good play by Drago, almost had one there. But there's definitely some rumors next year that we will be pausing as a league every 4 years to commemorate the Olympics. And each team will be designated a country. And the adorning colors of the country will be worn.
All right. Well, I hope I get
not
to play
official, not official, but
well, I hope I get to play on Belarus.
Well, there's a lot of chatter going on in the sidelines here.
Now, I'm not sure what all the noise is about.
I think they're just excited because the keg is about to be presented.
I hope that's the case. I mean, it's a 5-0 game. Anything that could have been said had an opportunity to be said a long time ago. I'll just put it that way. If the Americans want to play chippy now, they had the opportunity to do it back in the second period.
Yep, agreed 100%. They were kind of flat in the first couple of periods, and it did not bode well for them.
And here's a good hold in by Brawny. Brawny can't settle that puck down as it goes wide. Here's Rattler. Rattler throws it out in front. Kayla knocks it away. And there's Troy. Troy's going to clear that around. That's going to go all the way down. 2 minutes left. 5-0 North Stars. 2 minutes away from the keg.
Kyle,
Why do you guys do that?
Another great job by our scorekeeper. We appreciate her hard work this year. Kyle, it's all done but the crying right now. We're just going to run that clock out 2 more minutes. And we'll have the keg presentation. Again, Ryan Allen dressed in his Sunday best Shamrock Shake outfit, the Irish outfit, will be making the presentation. And we believe that that he will be presenting the trophy, the Stanley Keg, with white gloves. The white glove treatment.
Here's Rick. Rick's going to have an opportunity for the hat trick, and he just loses it, and Sandy's going to knock it away as we are just over a minute left in the season.
You know what? If Rick has any class at all, he would have picked that puck up and dumped in the corner.
And this play is going to go slowly to the corner. Swokas is just going to look like he's already going to wind this puck down as he's going to look to reset and slowly pick it up ice.
Now, most of these guys are getting ready to go on the other sheet of ice at Hazel Park Viking Ice Arena to go play some pickup.
There's Fem trying to get that one past Kayla. And again, kind of a disappointing effort for the Americans. I'm not going to lie. We were expecting a tight game. We were expecting a game with a lot of grit tonight, a game that could have possibly went into overtime. As that puck is knocked down, good shot attempt by Q-Tip. As we now have under 30 seconds left.
I think that's it.
Tonight, the story truly is the North Stars, as they had a dominant performance.
That's it.
Serta, Slick Rick, Pistol Pete was great on both ends of the ice tonight. Troy Otto with an incredible goal to get started, and then what a pass to Crusoe, who had an amazing breakaway goal as well. And the North Stars are your 2025 Stanley Keg champions as they crowd around Kayla, who had the shutout tonight. What a way to clinch it for the North Stars, as no doubt about it, they sweep this series 2-0. And the North Stars crowd around Kayla to celebrate
The second keg in North Stars history.
As they won in 2020. This is the first one they won on Hazel Park ice. For those of you who may remember, because of COVID,
it was in Troy.
They won that one at the Troy Sports Arena.
So, Kyle, I'm going to head on the ice. I'm going to grab some key players, and we're going to do a few interviews out there.
All right, looking forward to it. And something that we'll be talking about in the meantime is the incredible efforts of the North Stars as a team and individuals. Troy Otto was a player that comes to mind. Again, we always talk about he talks the talk, but he walked the walk tonight. Got the opening goal tonight. Had a great stretch past Alex Crusoe for the goal that really seemed to put it away. It seemed to be the dagger against the Americans tonight. And then, of course, Jack Serta, again, had a beautiful assist on Troy's goal. Had another goal himself. And then Rick Merritt, leading goal scorer, blew up for two gorgeous goals tonight as Troy brings it to center ice, and the North Stars are going to crowd around. They're going to get their picture first. And that's a beautiful sight.
Right there.
And I can tell you, as somebody who's been fortunate enough to be a part of this experience, to be a part of this ceremony, it's something that you never forget. It really is something special.
And there's Troy Otto throwing up the cup. Piercy. First one with the keg.
What a series he had tonight. What a couple games he had. And there's Kayla.
His second keg.
Piercy and Kayla, a part of a duo.
Look at this guy, Crusoe. How instrumental was he in this game, in this whole series, this whole year? Rookie Tom Phillips.
He
almost went down. He's heavy.
He's just tired.
I heard it's heavy. I wouldn't know because I've never lifted it.
One day, buddy, one day. There's Troy, the GM, the architect of this great team.
Mrs. Otto better watch out tonight. Nick Myers.
Myers had a solid couple games for sure.
Love seeing a guy like Nick Myers win that keg.
Great character player.
Slick Rick,
a couple of huge
second straight keg. Hal Doherty.
We love how great character guy in this league, glue guy in the locker room, had a couple great opportunities in front of the net.
And probably the best player, my pick for MVP, Conn Smythe Award winner, Jack Serta.
He was a dominant force, both games, dominant force.
Joey Ellis.
Joe Ellis coming back from that horrible broken wrist that he had.
Devastating injury.
Missed a whole season because of it. He comes back with the North Stars and wins a keg. That's a great story, as he was a great player on both ends of the ice. And that just goes for a lot of players on this North Stars team. So many of them, just complete efforts on both ends of the ice. And you saw so many of them back checking. There wasn't one player on the North Stars that you could say, oh, well, you won't catch him back checking, or you couldn't say, oh, you won't catch him blocking a shot. And that's the way that this team won the 2025
Got that microphone
Stanley
working this time?
We got it working.
We have
Troy Otto,
the architect, Troy Otto.
I wouldn't know. I would not know, but Troy, you guys just completed the sweep, 2-0 victory over the Americans. You had the game winner tonight.
Yeah,
a great shot. Jack Serta played a hell of a series. Threw it out. Let's talk about the goal that you scored right now. Jack takes it wide, throws it out to you, and you make no mistake about it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there's a lot of barking. It may have been offsides, even, but a lot of barking. And then he just kind of gave a little sauce in the slot, gathered it, and then just a little quick flipper and got lucky.
No, great shot.
Started it off, got it going for us.
So, how would you say about your goaltending for this series? You had, accordingly to everybody else, the number one guy on the other side of the ice, and Kayla, 2 wins.
Nails. He was nails. He got. I would say, like, first game, a little nervy. Like, first 2 minutes. There's a couple controversy things around the net, and then from that moment on in game one, and then today, just awesome. And then, in a 5-0 game, every goalie wants to keep their shutout. But then Sukas stabbed him, and then like I've never seen Kalo was possessed for the last 6 minutes just to get that shutout. But he was awesome for us all season.
Thank you.
And I think what is it? Conn Smythe winner? I mean, it's got to be Serta or Kayla. I give it probably maybe Co.
I'm pretty sure Serta got the Conn Smythe on my vote tonight.
Yeah.
So growing up playing hockey, just like I did, we always want to go back and think about all the people who were instrumental in our development. Talk about our parents. Talk about that. Anybody else you'd like to thank about another North Stars victory tonight?
No, I can't. We actually. Ottos did not play hockey growing up. We started picking it up at age 35.
We would have never known that.
So it's really Ryan Allen is really I think most people know this story, but at age 35 we registered for Forever Ever League in Rochester. Ryan Allen was on the team. He was the veteran, and he's like, we got this K-Felks team. They're shitty too. Maybe we can scrimmage each other to get better. Met these guys, and then the rest is history. And here we are 9 years later at MNL, year 10 coming up with, looking forward to it. I will want to say one last thing, and Spicy Hedis is not going to like this take, but we got off to a little bit of a rocky start. We had Slick Rick. We're supposed to be the best team in the league. Got off to a little bit of a slow start. And there's a lot of, should we trade? And just sometimes, not making a move at the deadline turns out to be we believed in the guys, rattled off 7 in a row to end the season, and the rest, here we are.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thanks to the crew, thanks to Bauer, thanks to Raylan, and it was an awesome year. Can't wait for year 10, Olympic style.
So I don't want to keep it from you guys. Again, congratulations on your Stanley Keg.
Thanks, guys. See you guys.
And that'll do it. Troy Otto, the architect. And that'll do it. Troy Otto, the architect, and also a cameo from Big Cat, Charles Mackey. But Troy Otto, the architect of this North Stars team. And I just have to say one thing that dawned on me. It's St. Patrick's Day. Here we are wearing green. And for the first time, the North Stars don't wear green, and they win the keg. How about that?
Imagine that. Actually, the last time they were wearing gray, so maybe that's something they need to stay away from the green. But again, what a great year. What a great bunch of guys. You hear guys we talk about this sentimentally all the time. It's not just what happens out there on the ice. It's what happens here, what happens in the parking lot, what happens in these dressing rooms. It's a hard club to get into. Monday Night Lights. We screen these guys and we make sure that we're only having character people in here. But listen, I was burned out on hockey a few years ago. I got introduced to this league, and it's been the best thing ever. And what a present it is for all of us to be in this league, being guys next to guys like you and Panny and all these guys. It's a great league. We appreciate everybody's support, and ready to do our 10-year anniversary next year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well, and I can say the exact same thing about this league and echo the sentiment, especially about being burnt out. I think that's the way we all feel. It's resurrected the way we all feel about hockey in this league. It's truly an honor to play in the MNL, and we have a lot of fun in it, and we get to do silly stuff like this as well.
Hundreds of thousands of people watch this.
Right. Actually, it's in the millions. What are you talking
about? Sorry.
We
short shift.
Yeah, we just did the Four Nations final. Anyway, that'll do it for the 2025 Stanley Keg Finals. And your North Stars are the victors. And it was a great series for the North Stars, and it was a great broadcast for us.
Yep.
We appreciate you being along with us on Twitch. My name is Kyle Bauer. Paul bin Biliti with us. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Fantastic, buddy.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Fantastic, brother. Thank you. Hopefully we won't. Awesome. Hopefully we won't have to do it next year.
No, I know. Fuck this.
That's the dream.
Yeah, fuck this.
But this is also your curse.
Think of the fan.
Dude, you were great, dude.
just now.
You were awesome.
Thank you.
But we still have 6 when we cut right now.
You were great too, man. It was a lot of fun.